Do you know that the vagus nerve, a very single nerve in the body, dominates or commands the activity of the whole body from the tip of your hair to the tip of your toe? It is responsible for the daily activity of a human being. It regulates stress, sympathetic tone, and parasympathetic tone, vagus nerve. You can tone it by yourself without a gadget. Hit the like button and hang on to the last minute of the video because I'm going to give you the anatomy, the physiology, and how you can tone the vagus nerve, meaning keep your body in a parasympathetic tone where you're resting and adjusting. The vagus nerve arises from the multinuclei, meaning many nucleus in the clusters of nerve cells in the brain. And then key nuclei are nucleus ambiguus, which controls the muscle for swallowing and voice, the dorsal motor nucleus of the vagus nerve, which is the main source of the parasympathetic tone, meaning resting and adjusting. Third is the nucleus tractus solitarius. It receives sensory input from organs like the gut, heart, and the lungs. So the path after it originates leaves the medulla as a vagus nerve, exits the skull through the jugular foramen. It travels down the neck, extends into the chest and the abdomen. And here's the more interesting thing physiologically and your activity of daily living. Because it originates in the brainstem and extends to the gut, the vagus nerve is the main supply of the gut immune brain connection.
You start to focus on another illness that you think you have. In this scenario, Paul has gastroesophageal reflux disease. And this is something that can be worsened by anxiety, but GERD can also cause or worsen anxiety. It turns out there's a bidirectional relationship between gastrointestinal disorders and anxiety. This relationship is thought to be controlled by a gut-brain connection.
But you can do something about that by toning your vagus nerve so that you can command your vagus nerve, I am safe. Let's be in the parasympathetic tone and we can be in control in the situation. You have to tone the vagus nerve regularly. And how do you do this? If you like this topic, please subscribe and share because I'm going to give you the hack of the vagus nerve. Number one, slow controlled breathing, or you call this as guided breathing. You inhale 4, hold 4, you exhale 6, hold 4, and you repeat the cycle at least 20 times in my experience. If you do this, you anchor your mind in the breathing to the sound of the breathing. You do this. You inhale. And if you pay attention closely to the sound and how the breathing actually sounds, it's Yahweh. It's a breath of life that is given to us by God. Acknowledge it becomes a prayer, what you call a breath prayer. If you incorporate this to the tradition of the great fathers, like great Anthony of the Desert, he would incorporate inhalation with saying, Jesus, Son of the living God, hold. When he exhales, he says, have mercy on us, sinners. Inhale, Jesus, Son of the living God. Exhale, have mercy on us, sinners. You can do this also with the rosary, for example. Hail Mary, full of grace, inhale. Holy Mary, Mother of God, exhale. The other thing is the Chaplet of Divine Mercy, 3 o'clock, to reset through the day. When you inhale, you say, for the sake of his sorrowful passion, exhale, have mercy on us, on the whole world. It's beautiful. Just the breath prayer. It will reset your sympathetic tone to parasympathetic tone, or you tone your vagus nerve so that you have control of the rapid fight-flight response that the body demands from you. Instead, you'll be more calm and respond quietly and with good disposition. This maneuver has the strongest evidence in science. Simple things, and I have actually demonstrated this with my patients. If you do this regularly, it can control your blood pressure in some select patients. not all. But with the proper guidance of doctors who believe in this, I do believe, I practice this in my practice, in medical practice, it is effective. Second, meditation or mindfulness. In my Catholic belief, meditation is divided into three. One is acknowledgement or adoration or forgiveness, phase one. Second, discourse of Jesus, with Jesus. Third, thanksgiving. When you do mindfulness or meditation, you can do this with Lectio Divina. For example, in the first phase, you do the same. Inhale, Jesus, Son of the living God, have mercy on us sinners. Repeat that 20 times. Once you're done with the 20 counts, you stop and think and say these words. Speak, Lord, your servant is listening. It's not my recipe. It's a conversation of Samuel and Elisha.
Therefore Eli said to Samuel, "Go, lie down, and if he calls you, you shall say, 'Speak, Lord, for your servant hears.' So Samuel went and lay down in his place. And the Lord came and stood, calling as at other times, 'Samuel, Samuel.' And Samuel says, 'Speak, for your servant hears.'"
And I suggest meditate on his passion. Start with the agony of the garden. Think about Jesus. Think about his passion. If you want to know more how to pray the rosary, drop a line and we'll discuss. My spiritual advisor, Father Leandro, would say, it is not the rosary is not about the Hail Mary. Of course it is, too. But the main substance of the rosary is the meditation of the mystery, thinking about the mystery of the rosary. After all, the rosary is the storytelling of the life of Jesus, which starts from his birth, which already predicts his passion that leads to resurrection, and then the Eucharist, which is a gift after he resurrected. What other hacks do we have? Number 3, cold exposure. It's an emerging evidence, and you don't have to freeze your brain out or your ears. Studies have shown that even cold water on face for 30 to 60 seconds, immerse yourself with plunging yourself in cold water or brief cold showers, have been proven to activate the vagus nerve or increasing the heart rate variability. And we're talking about that in a few. It activates the diving reflex, which increases the vagal activity and slowing the heart rate. You can try it yourself. It's very refreshing. After sauna, and then you refresh yourself with cold shower or splash yourself with a face with cold water for 30 to 60 seconds. But effects are short term. But if you do it regularly, it can contribute to your health. So again, guided breathing, meditation, cold exposure. Fourth, you can do this any time of the day. Humming, chanting, or singing. That's why Eastern meditators do this chanting with whatever they have. Don't follow them. We have our own. The Gregorian chant, listening, humming yourself. Why is humming important? Is effective. Because when you hum or you vocalize, just vocalization every day, or if you're just doing Salve Regina, Mater Misericordiae, that activates the sensation of the nerves in the area of the throat where the vagus nerve also runs. Fifth, regular aerobic exercise. We cannot underestimate the effect of aerobic exercise. And we're talking about aerobic exercising, increasing the heart rate to 80% of your maximum heart rate. What is a maximum heart rate? The formula that is being used commonly is 220 minus your age. Compute 80% of that. That's your 80% of your maximum heart rate. And that's the heart rate that you want to achieve for 20 to 40 minutes to gain the effect of aerobic exercise. This increases parasympathetic tone, switching away from sympathetic. It decreases your cortisol level. And if you do this regularly, This has a compounding effect that your state of mind and your state of body is in a healthy mind. Number 6, sleep quality. At least, on average adult, 7 hours a day or 7 hours during the night. Your gut health, increase your fiber, replenish it, eat regularly, yogurt with high colony-forming units of bacteria that I make in my clinic, and you can drop a comment so I can teach you how to do it. Social connectivity, get some friends, even just gratitude, saying thank you and forgiveness, even just hugging, shaking hands, saying hello, connecting, increases oxytocin, that increases also your connectivity to your friend. Find a good friend, pray for a good friend. I have good ones. These will decrease your cortisol level. It will decrease the stress level, and you're able to handle the stress. Talking about your issues or your problems with a friend is not gossiping. It is about venting out and making yourself connected. It increases oxytocin. The fight-flight reaction switches to rest and digest. If you like this video, please again, subscribe, share, and hang on to the next video for more on medicine and faith. This is vagus nerve discussion about autonomic nervous system stress management. Thank you.